Oh, hello everyone. This is Saul. I am here. It is December 11th, Thursday, and I'm thinking about doing some visited bugs today. We went through a lot of darkdraw stuff yesterday, and Wombat and I did, and we're down to only a pull request, which honestly I may just take. Um, and I can look at this exact, but I think this might even be fixed here. And then I'm thinking about looking at, yeah, the visited issues. So wrapping up darkdraw here for the moment. And yeah, getting into it a little bit. So let's see, let's just wrap things up briefly. Actually, I'm going to be right back here. I need to get some water. Oh, there it is. Jeez. Well, I'm back. I guess I'm not sure anybody even noticed I was gone, but turns out that my water was right in front of me, and I just had set it down and just was not paying attention to it. Okay, so oh boy, okay. So let's set this profile. that? So this hopefully doesn't have the echo anymore. Well, I guess we'll see. If anybody comes, we'll see if there's anything worthwhile here. Okay, so, oh, I actually did fix that. I fixed this one already. Did I miss this? I think I talked with this person 2 days ago. Timing issue with this fix. Okay. Well, let's find out. I guess we'll look at this one first because this is most pressing. Expected behavior. So that's okay. So there we go. So we're gonna we're gonna go back to Visitata. And I'm gonna save this stuff here. Load up Visitata. I don't know, something. Where were we? We're in main mapping. And now we're gonna run. Thank you so much, Marcus, for having some solid repro here. Anything, press E. Shift cursor right. Again, oh. Okay, so now we got edit cell and slide right. Oh wow, okay, that's not working. Shows some weird behavior. Does not drive CPU. Well, that's good. Yeah, it's doing a slide cell. Oh. Okay, let's try this again. So edit, shift. Okay, that's just wrong. It should be looking at the skew. So it's kind of like doing both. It's like it's both entered the it's doing, yeah, the going to the next column to edit it. And it's also entering the shift right as a queued command. Okay. So I think this makes, well, it doesn't make sense why it's happening. But we have to fix it because that's even worse. Okay, let's find out. Everything is always terrible. Well, that's not true, but in software, it looks like everything is always terrible. Okay, so we've changed. That's weird, actually. Why? I mean, I understand vaguely what's happening, but I don't know why. Let's see here. This commit here, I believe it's this E36 and show. Let me make sure about this. Let me check out that exact commit before that. And then try this exact same thing here. Edit, boom, boom, that works. So that's so weird. Wow. And then we go edit, boom, boom, and it's like that. Wow, okay, well, something about my fix. That is super weird. Oh. Okay. So we have this. This is the only. So all I did was make this variable not sticky. How could that have affected this? That is so weird. It must be a timing issue. Huh. Well, let's see here. How would I even begin to figure this out from this information? I mean, it's a great Wow, it's a great bug to find. So if we're not setting the curse's timeout, do we have any other, who else is looking at the curse's timeout? I did this same investigation when I made the fix, and basically there's all in the same curse's timeout. This is the main loop, there's an idle timeout. They're all in the main loop. Okay, so that's all in the same place. And then the only other use of this, besides Noah's tapestry, which is not in play here, is this one unit keystroke. So I think one thing that I was not sure about in this here is I was looking at the curse's timeout, or I was, let's just suppose that this curse's timeout is more of an option instead of a managing state. I'm not quite like this. This code is super tricky. So let's just say it sets the timeout to that, and then we are we're gonna try something here. We're gonna try making it never change it. Now I believe that that's going to mean that what does that mean? If we never change it at all, then, well, that's not true. Then if we edit this and then shift over, everything works as we, oh, is it about speed? Let's suppose that I do go real slow, edit, boom, boom. Yeah, okay. It is a timing issue. Well, that's fascinating. So I guess what must be happening, it's injecting the keystrokes. Oh, hey, Anya, good to see you. It's no worries. So the bug that we fixed on Monday night has an issue. And, well, yeah, we did figure it out, but we didn't completely figure it out. Check this out. So since our fix here, Marcus has reported this issue. So if we edit this and then press shift right, it actually moves the column before starting to edit. So it both, it's treating it like a slide right, not in the edit, and then also going right to the edit thing. So it's all getting kind of wonky. So it shouldn't be doing that, obviously. And then what I just discovered just now is if we edit it and then go over very slowly, it works. So it is a timing issue, as Marcus suggests. Now, let me actually, I'm going to try a couple things here. First of all, let's suppose that we make that not be a fixed. We never reset this variable here, so it's only what we think is it's just an option. And if we do this and we, oh, okay, so it's still here, even with that. Okay. Now I'm going to check out the previous one. Did check out before that. Fine. And let's try see if we can reproduce this at all. Can't. Okay, so for whatever reason, Well, maybe not for whatever reason. I have an idea. Oh, I don't need that. Oh wow, I got stacks of VD processes here. Okay. Deactivate. I should be the darkdraw thing. Source the VD. Okay. So yeah, let's try to make sure I'm right here. Boom, 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 no matter how fast we go. Oh, it's not strictly true. We can go fast enough to do it. It's just very rare. Huh. Only once, twice. Very interesting. Huh. Okay, well, so that's interesting that it does happen in both cases, but it happens a lot more now. So what I'm thinking, well, first of all, I think we can, hopefully this is a clue and we can fix the underlying issue so that it never happens, like figuring out what really is going wrong, and use the fact that we've fixed it, I want to fix it, but have this change here to figure out why that's the case. Now, one thing I don't remember off the top of my head is why we had to keep these setting it. Only the... Okay, so just for this minute here, we're going to try making this be a function. We're going to set this to visible API get timeout. Get curses timeout. Could be a property, I guess. Let's just do it get timeout. Okay. And then we're going to do all it, or move all this code down here. And fix it up. Let's find out here. So we've lost the stickiness entirely. Oh, and then at the end, num timeouts. Okay, that's unfortunate. Maybe that has to be actually VD num timeouts. Okay, so now we don't need this anymore. I'll leave it tabbed over for the moment. So this is the get timeout. And all we have to do is call that. Good. Now we can go into the get keystroke. Similarly, drain pending keys. That's interesting. Yeah, that's going to set the timeout to get timeout. Okay. So, right, this timeout happens, or draining it. Why are we draining it? Oh, that's interesting. Putting in the commands. Sorry, I'm thinking through this a little bit here. Okay, let's just try running this as it is. Okay, so that's that. Now, there was potentially, let's see, what was the issue? That's right, why did we ever make it sticky? Only the broadest case of hitting n consecutive timeouts, that's right. Because if we don't hit, right now if we have timeout and we're like, okay, I want it to be never, no timeout. And I'm thinking that's fine. And if we do this, well, actually, let me do it as. Actually, I'm just going to do it here. Timeout 100. Only 3 of them, interestingly. I thought it would be 10. Zero. Okay, so this, in this case, we are, I think, pegging the CPU here. And in fact, where are you visited? Maybe not. It's hard to tell because visited is not the biggest process here, but I'm not sure it is actually pegging the CPU. Oh, what am I thinking? I'm not doing the same thing over here. I'm doing the same thing over here. So, interestingly, oh, I think I see. It might be that get keystroke is doing all of the timing out. Oh, interesting, okay. Yeah, I think this is actually. Oh, interestingly, though, I think the num timeouts. So I think we fixed the issue. And it actually feels a little snappier besides. So I think this is a good fix, but then, well, one thing we didn't discover is exactly why it was happening in the first place. Maybe that's fine. But oh, it happened. Okay, so you can still get it to go. Get it to go. Which is unfortunate. So there's still this bug. How would I figure this out here? It's like if you press the I can make it 99% better, so that's good. But what if I make the timeout be never? The timeout is always 100. What's interesting too is I was working on something actually this morning and loading a large data set, and I noticed that it wasn't updating the results ultimately. Like you had to like press a key in order to get it. So I think I'm hoping I've seen the same bug, seen the manifestation of it. So now it's constantly going. If I edit, okay, so that must be here. Let's see if I can. I always make it be -1. Oh, now it's never going to show me anything different. Okay, now I can get it to happen. Hopefully. Edit. Okay, so now it'll happen reliably. Oh. Okay, so, I guess if we set this to some huge number, let's see here, a second, boom, boom, boom. That's every replay weight. Now it's, oh, I maybe shouldn't be using replay weight here. I mean, it doesn't matter in our case because it's just set to 0, but that would mean that replay weight should really only be working on replay. Let me see if I have command log. Okay, so we're not using it. So I probably have to move this. So I don't think we can. There aren't any threads, but there are next commands. And we're in replay. Then we do that replay wait business. So otherwise, we want it to always be 0. Again, this shouldn't matter. It should only matter in the case that you pass -w with some amount for replay and then do something like shift arrow in order to see this, and it'll totally make it bonkers. So let me see here. Commands, replay, sure. Oh. Replay, I think, yeah, it relies on this other thing. Interesting. Replay wait. So one thing we can do, this is kind of a hack, but so are a lot of things. I can make there be a column or a field in the row that's like how much to wait after. And then as it's going to execute this next command here, it will execute the command and then wait that amount. Maybe it's before. It's either before or after. It's going to wait. Let's call it be before here. So we're going to wait before. We're going to have a Can we? This is the main loop. Oh, hey. Astronaut Love Triangle, good to see you. We're fixing a visited bug at the moment, which may affect darkdraw at some point. By the way, how is my audio today? Is it sounding okay? Okay. Thank you. Yeah, cool. So, gosh. I have an idea. Well, I'm a little nervous because this segment of the code has been pretty tricky and has been kind of a thorn in my side here. So current replay. Maybe I just do this. Maybe I just set this to if current replay honestly though, yeah, this should be if the current replay, then we return this, otherwise check that, otherwise we return, I think it's have next commands, we're not in a replay, there aren't any unfinished threads. While running a background thread for a command, do I care? Maybe there's next commands. Oh, it's not going to run them because, yeah, not unfinished threads. So, got it. We need to. Okay, I think this is immediately. Okay, so that should at least fix the replay thing I was just talking about. Fine. But we still have the base issue here. This is working mostly because I can get into a state. So yeah, I can't trigger that right now, but I have triggered it kind of 1 out of 100, 1% of the time, where if I do it fast enough in the exact right time, it moves the column around when I'm trying to do another thing. So there is some kind of race condition here, and I don't know. I'm going to look at it just for a little bit longer here so that I'm just, you know, my head's in it now, so it'll be a lot easier to deal with it now than it will be next time it pops up, but I'm not going to spend too much time on it. If it doesn't get fixed right now, it's, like I said, it's already better. So, why, oh why, if I always return, let's say 1,000, let's just say a standard time. And then I do this, over, and I'm just going to do that. Now that shouldn't even happen here, I don't think. So I think what's happening is that we're pressing a key, press it once, twice. Yeah, it's within that same window. That makes sense. It's within that same 100 millisecond window. And it winds up queuing. Let's see here. It must be up here. Is there a drain pending keys? Now, I I'm actually interested in this here, this drain pending keys. We're not even looking at the, oh, we're adding it to pending keys. So, okay, so draining it doesn't actually get rid of them, it just stores them in there. So if we do that, and then we get into pending keys here. Wow, that's there, okay. Oh, what else are we here? EDOJ, that's where I was looking, and then input. Let me see if that shouldn't be affecting anything. Let's see here. Okay, so still the bug is here without this. Then where else are we? We're in EDOJ, pending keys. So where are all the uses here? That's that. Draining it, add some to there, it's fine. Pop one, forget keystroke. Okay, so I think what's happening is that we need to, oh gosh. We need to suspend either clear the pending keys when we leave input, or suspend processing of it if we're going straight into input. Huh. So I think what's happening here is that we're pressing shift right, and then the first one triggers the action of injecting the commands into the queue, the next commands queue. Where are we here? Next commands. So the first one puts the commands in here, and the second one gets to be a keystroke, and we are getting the keystroke, right here. And so we've made it through this loop. That's it. So we basically have done a command. Where are we here? Doing a command right here. Exec command. And then we replay the next command to move it. That moves it over, but it's only going to do one. Even though maybe it should do all of them. No, we want to display in between, I think. We want to give the chance to display in between. And so we need to run that loop still. But here's this other exec command. So we run one of them. And then timeout. And if this is whatever, if we basically get enough time that a command could enter here. So I'm not sure if it's that one down there that's getting it, or if it's in the get keystroke. Maybe it doesn't matter. Maybe it's either one of them. And then we get the keystroke here. Because we actually do, okay, so yeah, we get the keystroke here and then we process it. Oh, the keystroke that we're processing is that one that we shouldn't be processing until after we've finished doing some things. But we actually, so we could move this, basically gate this whole bit here on whether there are unprocessed commands, let all commands be processed, which makes some sense. I mean, both in replay and with this command injection mechanism, we don't want to have you do things in the middle. I could totally throw things up or screw things up if you are, moving the cursor around even, right, or adding another command. But we do want to allow special commands like control sequences to be able to cancel replay or quit. So the question now is, how do we make sure that you are not injecting new keystrokes, or at least not processing these keystrokes while there's commands pending, but also giving us the opportunity to process some keystrokes. Huh. Gosh, that's a pain, because one thing we could do is like designate some commands as high priority or some keystrokes as out of band. Man, that's ugly. Huh. We could very specifically look for control commands in pending keys. So that if there are that's basically prioritizing control commands. That'd be kind of interesting to, it's not though. Yeah, how do we allow you to cancel the replay, but also not process anything else while a replay is happening? We could look very specifically for Control C. If someone's jamming on Control C, we treat that as a very immediate thing to process. It's not terrible, I guess. Okay, we're going to do next commands. Next commands. And that, then the next commands is null. There we go. That's weird. Ugh, I don't really feel like updating all this, but let's try it. Okay, so that's if there's something here, if there's not, next commands. Actually, it would be Control C or Control Q. Two special commands or keystrokes. And so now we skip that. Now here we go. If not unfinished threads. Yeah, we're waiting for the threads finished. Okay, that makes sense, I guess. So this is the else here. Okay, let's find out. So I think no matter how high we set this now, it'll change the update time for the player. Yeah, infinity. Okay, so I think that's the bug. Let's see. Is there a better way for me to fix this here? I don't feel like rejiggering everything. This is going to change too much. Ugh. Okay, let's not that. Quit. So yeah, get rid of that. No. Yes. Oh no, this one has to be manually done. I believe the other one was too. So let's first of all do the easy ones here. Yep. Yep. Oh, that's it. I really don't want to change all this code. Okay, so I can at least do this. And I do want this. Let me actually look at those bugs before I continue on here. 2369. Okay, and then 265. Yep, so we're kind of doing more of the same. Okay, so yeah, I think I do want this one. Yep. Yep. And yep. Okay, so these are the easy ones here. And then the other ones, this all makes sense to me. We're factoring out the get timeout. We're using it in this main loop. We're using a global, I guess, on the visited object on timeouts. And then here's the same thing in BDObj. That's all great. We still have this monster to deal with. And the thing is, we didn't change very much. I just am structuring it. Ugh. It's a very local code here too. It's waiting. It's from the next. Okay, so I think I can sheet is the active sheet. Okay, we're going to play the next Q command here. So this is going to be okay. Now so we're not getting an update here. I see, we're not getting an update. All that should happen otherwise. Okay, this might be it. Okay, well, this is a little cleaner. Let's see if this actually winds up fixing it. Should. Let's see why it didn't. That's good. Bang on Control C. So if I add, let's just try this here. If I make this return 1,000, and then not that. That's hilarious. Okay, and then edit that, and then remove now. 1,000. Well, I think this is legit. That's the problem. If we have threads, we want to display things. It really is this block we want to avoid. So I could factor this out into a separate function here, which is kind of like handle keystroke. At the very least, I can just draw write status. Check for finished threads. Oh, it's kind of gross to copy this code around here. Taking my time out. Oh, I want the timeout to be 0, which it may not be. No, it should be here. This is only, yeah, that should be fine. I need a large data set here. I should have one just laying around. Sure, let's get products. How big are you? 1,000,000 records, sounds good. 34 megabytes. That's a big file. Okay. So then products, sure. That looks pretty good. C works. Oh, you can't move. That's the problem. You can't. Ah, you can't press Control C either. Okay, so that's an issue. Not draining the keys. There's the draw. Does draw all include the right status? No. Okay, so that's problematic. If there aren't any next commands, but there are unfinished threads. Okay. That's so weird. Control C works, but edit Control C works. Okay. Edit arrow freaks it out because now there's. Well, also it's taking a lot longer to do this. Why wouldn't the queued, oh, it's not queued functions, it's queued commands. Yeah, timeout's really, the timeout knows too. Wow, it really is a lot slower. When the timeout is not set properly. Oh, at least it continues working. Okay, well, that's good to know. So let's try this again. No queued commands. Edit. Boom. Timeout equals 100 still. 2 queued commands. Okay. I don't know. Oh, duh, the whole curses timeout, of course. Let's see what it is. 0 here. I'll wait until it's almost done before I scoot over. There we go. Still running reload for these. a stale message. Okay. Well, that's interesting. Why would the... Sure seems like the timeout should be 0 in that case. Loads it super fast. I can get it really slow down if I... Why would the timeout be still 100? Or rather, I would be going slow, the timeout's still 100. Why not changing it? Huh. Oh, because it's not setting it to that? Is there a way to get the active timeout? There we go, this one. Okay. Oh, theory. This is part of the issue there, but well, this is certainly a conundrum here. So where we're at, so we fixed the overall, this bug that we're looking at here. Where are you? This one. This new issue. And the way we fixed it, though, is to not process any additional commands if they are, sorry, not process pending keystrokes while there are next commands, unless it's you're banging on Control C, in which case it clears that all out. And I refactored some stuff here to make it be cleaner to a cleaner diff. I don't think that's the issue that we're seeing here. So now we have two issues. One is that the most egregious, well, I guess they're both egregious. When you're loading a big file, for instance, and you edit and then inject commands in there, it slows down the load. And I think that's a regression of a former bug. Not this one. I looked at it just a little bit ago, where then the timeout is set. Actually, I'm going to pull that bug up here. Here's a clue. 2369. Or is it 2635? Yeah, I think this is the same issue that we're seeing now. Let's look at how we fix that. Ah. So this is the next commands thing. We have to actually set the timeout to, we are though, I think anyway. Well, and the other issue, of course, besides just even the speed up thing, is that it's not responsive. You can't even move around. You can move around while it's loading, but if you press E and shift over, no longer can you move around. Because there's some queued commands, next commands, and there are threads still waiting. I see. Yep. And it's only doing anything at all if yep. Yep. We can't block. Oh, jeez. That's interesting. It's still not going to run these commands. So maybe we shouldn't be doing this. Oh boy. Well, that's not good. Wow. Yeah, so that just freezes it till it's done loading. Not what we want either. We could bomb out and make it not queue commands if there are unfinished threads. To be clear, this is actually does slow it down. Okay. So does this solve our problems here? Can still do things. If you try to do the edit shift thing, it won't. It'll bomb out. Let's see what else we got. That continue here. Yeah, I know. All of this code, I'm telling you. Okay, well, see you next time, Anya. Thanks for being here. So this continue is so that we don't process keystrokes if anything is queued. That seems really important. That's actually the fix for this bug. This continue here is the fix for this exact issue, which is 2911. So we don't process any keystrokes, well, except for Control C or Control Q. While they're in next commands. So if we're replaying, yeah, and if we're replaying, do I have this? I don't think I have this script here. Snippets? No. Try replaying one of these sine cosine graphs. Let's try that. That sure happened fast. Let's try adding a weight here with 0.1. Okay, that didn't wait. Well, now waiting's broken. Well, that's a bummer. If current replay, I thought that I was looking at that. Oh, but they're in next commands, and we need to actually set the timeout. This is what we do need to set the timeout for that. Current replay. I sure thought that was how replay happened here. I sync. Oh, they're two different mechanisms. Wow, really? Huh. Okay. So I'm thinking that if I do batch mode with wait, it's going to wait a second before you make a command. That's going to do this. No, it doesn't even wait. Now waiting never happens. I set it to oh, I see. Yeah, of course. We don't have a timeout there. That makes sense to me. And the timeout should be 1,000 at some point. We're just never going here. Oh, because there's no next. No, there's no next command because of the replay. Late timeout, not there. What am I missing here? I totally thought the current replay was set here. If you do a replay, well, at least the timeout is 1,000 there. It's not working, but at least that's correct. I think this is going to be pretty good. Once we figure it out, it's going to be a lot better. Man, it takes some thinking. Okay, I think I'm going to call it for the live stream for today so I can take a little bit of a break, maybe go for a walk, something like that. And then I'm going to come back and at least with a clearer head look at this and see if I can't figure it out. I will not be here on live stream tomorrow, but I plan on coming back. There's a possibility that I'll do one day this weekend, but otherwise I will see you on Monday. Thanks everyone for being here, and I will see you next time. Thanks, Wombat. You did good too.